My name's Ashley Hatch, and I'm a religious trauma survivor. And the thing that actually led me out of the religion that held me bound was not what a lot of people would expect. It was connecting with an ancestor of mine when I met with what they call the faith crisis, and I wasn't sure what to do. I actually turned to my ancestry to help strengthen my faith, because if they believed so much and sacrificed so much for the faith, even died for the faith, then surely they would have the keys to help me understand how I could strengthen my faith, reignite that faith, and go deeper into the church. But what I discovered while I was studying my family history was that actually this religion, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, caused the deepest wounding and trauma of my entire family line. I actually wrote a book called Always Worthy: Healing Generational Trauma in Mind, Body, and Spirit, and I channeled this book with my ancestor Lorenzo Hill Hatch. And I studied his journals and his history, and it was like his trauma and the wounding lifted off of the pages and slapped me in the face, and actually triggered a spiritual awakening for me, and also helped me release myself from this toxic environment. And I also share my story in the book, and how religion put on a lens for the way I view myself in the world that was really toxic, but it also messed up the things that I manifested in my life as well. And I just want to read to you a part of this book. I was waiting for my mission call, and I met a boy. It says, "I'm still waiting to hear back about my mission call. There's a boy that showed up in my life out of nowhere. He has a kind and gentle heart. He invited me to come hear him speak at church. I went. He took my arm and treated me like a princess. He introduced me to his friends. The talk he gave was sincere and from the heart. He is kind and funny. He treats me well and respects me. He's different from most guys that I've been around. He's taken me out on several dates. I met his parents. They're incredibly kind. Dating hasn't been interesting to me in the slightest. My focus has been completely inward in an effort to heal and change. Somehow this boy has gotten into my head, and on occasion I feel him in my heart. I'm so scared about that. If he knew all the mistakes I've made, he would reject me and throw me away just like everyone else. I'm going to be leaving soon. A part of me really wishes I could stay and see where this goes. The other part of me knows that if I want to be with a guy like that, I really need to work hard to become worthy of it." And so this feeling of not being good enough and unworthy because of trauma that I went through followed me throughout my whole life. And I turned away opportunities for happiness, for healing, for love even, because I did not feel worthy of it. And that led me to relationships that were full of abuse and hurt and to be in situations that were completely unloving and deceptive. The church really painted my future by teaching me toxic and really toxic lies about who I am. And because I woke up to this, because this is just one example of many, many ways that the church really messed up my life and the way I see myself in the world. This is just one very small example. But also, when we realize that we are worthy and have always been worthy, the transformation that can take place there from that place is so incredible and so complete and so beautiful. And that's why I love sharing this book and what I learned from my ancestor and what I learned from my healing as well, and the way my life has changed and transformed since discovering that I've always been worthy. It's affected my health, my life, my friendships, my relationships, my relationship with myself, my ability to manifest better things for my life. It's so profound. But yeah, if you want to pick up a copy of this book, it's available on Amazon and Audible, and I would love to share the healing that I've discovered as I've connected with my ancestor and left high demand religion, because there is so much healing to be had and to be discovered. And the first message that I want you to know from this book that is true of me and is true of you is that we have always been worthy.